Man, all I need is plants in here. But so far, how do you guys like how I've been filming? Do we like? Because I really like. I get this question all the time. How did you go vegan, Casey? How do I go vegan? Any tips for going vegan? People message me this all the time. And to be honest, I feel like people think there's like this secret way to do it. There's like a code that you have to know to just wake up and be vegan. There's not. Just like there's no secret way to just lose weight. You just gotta do the things to lose weight. And being vegan will definitely help that, by the way, if that's something you're trying to do. I'm just gonna tell my personal story and some tips I have for how I went vegan. I kind of already made a video about changes I've experienced since going vegan, so I will have that link. So if you didn't know, I was a vegetarian for I think 3.5 years, something like that, and then I've just now been a vegan coming up on a year, so it really hasn't been that long. For me personally, I always knew one day I wanted to be a vegan. It was always like an end goal. I knew vegetarian wasn't the end. The most important thing I can tell everyone, and like what I told myself in the beginning when I first started, one day at a time. Very cliche, very overused, but very true. Like if you wake up today and you're like, today I will not have cheese. Do that like every day. Just consciously make that decision when you wake up. Like, you know what, today I'm not going to eat meat. Today I'm not going to eat ice cream or whatever your like thing may be that has animal product in it. Consciously tell yourself, I'm not doing that today. We're not doing that. Today, right now, this meal, I don't need to do that. A lot of veganism, like a lot of it has to do with expanding your mind, looking at things for what they are, and looking at food as more of like fuel, more than just your taste buds. For me, it was like, all right, do I need cheese on the burger? No, like I can still enjoy a burger without cheese. Like it's not like, oh my god, it's gonna taste gross without cheese. It's gonna be fine without the cheese. You know, when I was eating like veggie burgers, obviously. Try to like look at the meal you're eating and take away the animal products. One, either realize that, hey, I would still be full if I didn't eat that. Or two, look at what you can replace it with. For example, with steak, like cauliflower steak, you can season and barbecue it up and crisp it up and it'll have the same texture and be way better than eating, a dead body. Just consciously like minimizing my intake. It was definitely, I eased into it. I know there's some people that just, whoa, I'm vegan, I'm cold turkey and all animal products, this is where we're at. I personally couldn't do that. I think the only like hard thing was like social scenarios where people would like order pizza and I'd be like, man, I'm hungry and I can't eat that. And that was a little challenging initially. But then you like, as you go, you learn to like eat before the event or bring your own food or, eat right after the event. You're gonna be okay. You're not gonna starve if you don't have that sliced pizza right then and there. Just easing into it. Today I won't do this, looking at each meal on its own. For me, it was really dairy. I was a big chocolate lover, like loved M&Ms, loved ice cream. And I just kind of found things that took its place. Like for me, M&Ms were like my life, man. I loved M&Ms. They were my favorite candy. I just started to find other things that like satisfied that craving or satisfied that want. Like, no, I don't need M&Ms because vegan cookies exist. I mean, not that I'm condoning this saying it's good for you, but you can still eat it like Papa John's, Domino's, even Taco Bell as a vegan. Man, I am all over the place in this video because this is kind of going in my next thing is like self-educating. It is the like meaning of existence, I feel like. Just educate yourself, learn. And the big thing I think with my generation especially is that ignorance is bliss, because I know a lot of my friends and peers know that we're not baby cows and we shouldn't be consuming dairy and all this other shit that we consume. But they're like, man, I'm hungry, we're gonna die anyway. Life's too short, I'm gonna eat this flesh. And you're like, wow, says a lot about who you are as a person and your outlook on life. No shade to my friends watching, but I'm coming at y'all a little bit. If you like take that step to be not in the crowd, be that leader, be that person that's like, nah man, I don't want to follow what everyone's doing. Like, I know this is bad and I don't want to condone it. I don't want to support this anymore. It's hard for me because now I'm like in this world, but when I do talk to people that aren't vegan, they're like, man, what do you eat? And it's like crazy to me that they don't think, like they think that this lifestyle is so limiting when really it's not. A big thing I did definitely was watch YouTube videos and read a lot of books. But a really important website that I think was a game changer for my like lifestyle change, even when I was vegetarian, was foodgawker.com. No, this isn't sponsored. Shameless Maya actually put me onto that video or onto that website, and it is so helpful. If you have like an ingredient like eggplant or something and you can filter it to vegan, and a bunch of recipes come up that are vegan and using eggplant. I use it all the time. Like if I'm like, man, I don't know what to do with these mushrooms, like I have no idea. Type in mushrooms mushrooms and filter it for vegan, you got plenty of options. Also, thrivemarket.com. I've already talked about this website. Love it so much. They have so many discounted vegan products and just products in general. It's not entirely just vegan products. They do have other products as well, but so cheap for what you want, and you can get things in bulk, and it's just great. I'll have that link down below as well. Another super helpful app, whoa, almost forgot, Happy Cow. Happy Cow. If you're new to veganism and you're like, man, I can't go out to eat, I can't do anything, there's no vegan around me, like I don't know where I can eat. It's online as well as the app. I use it when I travel, I use it all the time. It shows you any kind of vegan or vegetarian restaurants in your area. I'm gonna have some links down below to some like game changer YouTube videos and documentaries that really just made me like, I can't do this anymore. There's no way I can keep consuming animal products. But another thing, huge thing, I've mentioned this before, is telling your peers around you. I think this is one of the biggest helpful things for me when I went vegan and when I went vegetarian. When I like said it that I was doing it and told the world, it just became so much easier, because I felt like a lot of times I would just be like in a comfort zone with my friends, and I'd be like, man, all right, I'll just eat the pizza because I don't want to be the complicated person and bring it up and like whatever. Like I'm guilty of that. I was definitely guilty of that back in the day. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So like when they became aware that I was making this change and I was now a vegan, it was like, oh wait, you can't eat that. So like, want to order something else or want to do something else? Like, it just, the communication between your like, the people you're surrounded with has to be on point, has to be good, because it just makes life so much easier when the people that support you support your lifestyle. Oh, another huge thing, I'm just kind of going off the dome here, guys. I'm just chit-chatting with you. I think it's interesting to think about, because before I was a vegan or vegetarian, I had the most closed-minded taste buds ever. I am definitely still a creature of habit. Like, if there's one thing I like, I'm always gonna get that, I'm always gonna order that. I never really ventured. And now, where I'm at now in my life, I can't stand people like that. I hate when people just take food off of their like meal or whatever, they like pick it out, and I'm like, hey, have you ever like tried those before? They're like, no, but it just looks weird. Try it. Try the freaking zucchini or whatever it may be. It's not going to kill you. First thing that's gonna happen is you're not gonna like it. Open your mind. Be ready to experiment. Try new things. The last little thing I want to touch on, I kind of want to make a video just solely based on this, because I think it's a very common thing that happens, but I'll talk about it a little bit here anyway. Is people, when they first make these transitions into this new life, I know even my friends that I'm like trying to transition, aka Lady Bloom / Lauren, she's like, I'm always hungry, and I've heard that so much, like from so many people that are new to this. I think in the beginning, you're probably gonna snack a lot, you're probably gonna eat a lot throughout the day, as long as it's like minimal little snacks throughout the day. I guess it's cool. And as you go, your appetite, at least from my experience and from talking to other vegans, your appetite definitely shrinks, your stomach definitely shrinks. It's just, you know, the first month or maybe even 2, you have to think about like how many years your body has been conditioned to be a certain way. And so for you to just flip the script and change it up, your body's like, whoa, what are you doing? You know, just know that it's temporary, and as time goes, you will be like, oh, I'm not as hungry as I thought, or I didn't need as much food as I thought I needed. But yeah, I guess that's it. I know this video was kind of chit-chatty all over the place, but I just wanted to kind of like candidly talk to you guys about how I made this transition. It's honestly one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. So happy to be a vegan and to live this life. I'm just so happy about it. I feel so much better as a person. Overall, I have so much more energy. The list goes on for how many like great changes came with making this big change. So if you're thinking about it, honestly, just get educated. Check out some of the links I'm gonna have down below. I think they'll definitely push you to make that change. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments or anything, leave them down below. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.